What's going on, everybody? It's Faustin with you once again, and once again after a really long hiatus. Sorry, I'm still got things discombobulated. Pardon me. After a long hiatus, uh, I'm back. Hopefully, Geek will be here sometime soon, but if not, we'll give you a little bit of news and continue on. But this does give me a chance to explain what's happening. As you can see, I'm wearing a mask. Not that I'm worried about. I mean, I am, but not. I'm separated from my family. They're elsewhere in the house, but because every now and again I cough something up, and I'd hate for you guys to see something come flying out. So it'd be better for the mask to catch it. As nasty as that sounds. Hey, what's going on, guys? What's up, Plank? What's up, Hori? Glad you guys could make it. Sorry about that. I need to keep the mute button in handy. Hey, what's going on, Angry? Glad to see you, bro. You're up pretty late. Um, uh, yeah. Uh, yeah, man. This is crazy. Hopefully, I'm on the heels of it. I need to apologize to Hori. We were supposed to get together and game last night, and I fell asleep. I, I that's it's like I'm totally out of control of everything, and it's difficult to breathe, and it's just horrible. This is just horrible. I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy. Um, but yeah, so that's what's been up. Um, I just been sick for over a month with the thing that cannot be spoken here on YouTube. Um, so yeah, honestly, I probably wouldn't been here today, but he had some stuff that he really wanted to talk about, and I haven't heard from him. So hopefully I will, but there are some things that I can get into. He wanted to talk about he's really he just played Battlefield, the full release game, recently, actually with Hori and myself, and he wanted to talk about the EA's response to the backlash. So yeah, if he comes in, we'll do that. If not, yeah, sorry, I'm losing my train of thought. But what we can talk about is today in gaming history. And actually, Angry, I'm glad you're here in the show today because 9 years ago, oh, I forgot I can put this stuff up. 9 years ago, Euro Truck Simulator 2, actually, I did just put Euro Truck Simulator up. It's actually Euro Truck Simulator 2 dropped. And that kind of gives you an idea of how long Angry and I have been gaming it. Actually, we were gaming a little bit longer than that, but just like as a point of reference, when I first started playing Euro Truck Simulator 2, it was because they were playing it and they wanted me to jump on with them. And so, yeah, that's what happened 9 years ago today in gaming history. Also, there's some news on the release of the Steam Decks. if anybody has pre-ordered them, I have, or I pre-ordered one. Um, the release update. So the release got pushed back, and it was um, supposed to start in December, and it got pushed back, and it starts at the end of this month, and then everything else is pushed back. So if you knew or remember, um, I don't know if you guys can hear that, but my dog is scratching at my door. Sorry about that. He hates closed doors. Um, it was supposed to start in December, and then uh, depending on when you ordered, go quarterly. That's still happening, but now it's just starting at the end of this month of January, I believe. I'm pretty sure that's what I remember, and going quarterly. So they should start rolling out here not too long. What's going on, Evil? Glad you could make it, bro. So sorry about that one. Didn't quite catch it. Uh, so if you're looking forward to the Steam Deck, yeah, it'll be here sooner rather than later. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. I'm sure a lot of people out there are as well. In other news, Xbox or Microsoft has decided to discontinue the sales of the all the Xbox One consoles. Um, so from here on out, from Microsoft, you are going to be getting the Xbox Series if you buy something new from them. Of course, stores are still going to have their supplies of the Xbox One consoles, but nothing more from Microsoft, nothing new, which is kind of in stark contrast from what PlayStation is doing. PlayStation is releasing a new PS4. Apparently they're having a little more difficulty manufacturing the PS5. That's unfortunate because I know a lot of people want that system. Um, but and if you do, if you have been waiting for a console, or if you have been waiting for the PlayStation and you're thinking about getting the PS4, I wouldn't buy it new. You could probably find one out there, on like eBay or something for a lot cheaper. At least until they figure out exactly how much. Hey Andrea, how are you doing? Glad you could make it. They need to stop making games for the PS4. Is that what you mean? I forgot what I was saying. I totally lost it. This is crazy. I'm so tired of being sick. Um, but yeah, so yeah, I wouldn't go out and buy a new PS4. If you really need a PS4, uh, go on the used market, especially if it's a case where you're looking to just get in a system, or if you're looking to get a PS5 in the future, because they will be out at some point, and you don't want to spend a bunch of money and then a bunch of money right again. That would just be horrible. Evil says, so yeah, so I would assume that this will be the start of the games not getting released for last gen now. Then, yeah, well, yeah, yeah, it has to be right. Because that would be, and we're starting to see that anyways. My Flight Sim, and a couple of other games, they stopped, uh, or they made them. specifically for the series consoles. So that I mean that's a good thing. And don't be upset if you don't have a new console, like a new series, because you can still play the new games via the cloud on your old systems. So, and I've actually been, well, not recently, but I have checked that out, um, and it works pretty well, um, to where you just stream it to your older consoles, all the way back to the original one, and it works just fine. Um, of course, you're not getting like the super updated graphics and everything, but you are able to play the games. So that's a pretty cool thing. So yeah, and that is all the news that I have. I don't know what happened to Geek Guys. Is there anything you guys want to talk? Pardon me. Is there is there anything you guys would like to talk about? Um, I was really hoping that I could stretch the news until Geek was able to come in, but apparently something, hopefully not bad, must be going on in his real life. Uh, that he couldn't make it. Um, let me know in the comments. Evil, angry. I want to let you guys know that I will I will make the race this. Oh, that's right. Good point. Thank you, Evil. I'm actually really excited. Extraction is releasing in a few days. Looking for that. Looking, Evil says he's looking forward to that. I am as well. And Evil does remind us all that it is going to be on Game Pass day one. Um, actually, Tori told me about that a few days ago. I totally forgotten. Um, and also, I haven't. I apologize. I haven't been looking into the news while I've been sick, so I'm a little bit out of the loop. Everything I found to report on today actually is just stuff that was in the topics of Blink's Discord. Oh, I can tell you a Battlefield thing, um, but yeah. So yeah, looking forward to Extraction. Have been for a while, and I've heard. I haven't looked into it any kind of deeply, but there's a at the very least there's a rumor going around, and you guys may be able to let me know that Uplay Plus, I think is what it's called. I can't even remember. But they changed the name so much. Maybe it's Ubisoft Connect now. I have the service on PC, and I can't even remember the name. But that's coming to Xbox. Can anybody confirm that? Funny, they're still trying to get people to pre-order. Even yeah, that is kind of weird. But I guess I guess there are some people out there that seriously don't believe in Game Pass, and I don't know. I guess it goes back to there are people that believe that you're not supporting the developers if you have Game Pass, um, or if you use Game Pass. I don't know how that's the case. The developers are getting the money that agreed on, and they're still selling. Season passes and everything like that outside of Game Pass if you want to go that way. So, uh, you know, if you have no, I'm not even going to say if you have an Xbox. If you don't have Game Pass and you're a gamer, you're cheating yourself. You don't even need an Xbox to play it. You can play it on almost anything. Um, I I can play it on my phone, you know what I mean? And I'm not trying to show my phone because it has a stupid case on it. But you could play it on your phone and if you don't have a Game Pass like and you're a gamer, you're cheating yourself. Oh, I appreciate that. Evil Ori says funny there's yeah, we just talked about that. Sony is seeing the light and is releasing games on PC. Yeah, they're finally understanding and it's kind of funny. I remember talking about it kind of like when we first started doing the podcast um, about how messed up Sony's messaging is and has been, and how they're kind of going the same route, um, like the same tone deaf route that Microsoft went at the beginning of the Xbox One days, and they're just making like foolish moves and saying things like a perfect example is how they said they believe in generations and then they had to backtrack on that and now they're having to further backtrack on that um, and continue making PS4s to sell sell because they can't make PS5s. Not that they can't sell them. That I misspoke there. They can't make them fast enough. So it's crazy. Hopefully, um, they're gonna change their messaging and kind of sit back for a moment and think about what they're doing and kind of alter the course trajectory that they're on right now because the one that they're following is just it's gonna flip it has the potential to flip everything the same way Microsoft's messaging back then flipped it so that Sony just really took off. I'm not saying that Microsoft was beating Sony back then, but but they were. It was n- not. They were selling more, but it was just barely. And then Microsoft had this all this messed up messaging, and we're in a situation we're that we're in now, and but it's flipping, and you can see it. So hopefully Sony will get back on track. I know a lot of people, or Evil says, I know a lot of people that bought a Series S to experience Game Pass and then switch to the Xbox full time from PlayStation. Plank responds to that by saying Game Pass is worth every penny. In my opinion, best gaming deal out there. Yeah, you guys are. I've heard a lot about that too. And actually, Plank is a person that bought a Series S, um, being a hardcore PC gamer. So and that was huge news to me, for as long as I've known well, no, because when we were roommates back in the day, we had PlayStations, but that was well before we had, any kind of, like, gaming PCs and stuff, so, yeah, Evil says, "At playing 100%, there was a rumor that Sony is looking to have a similar service, but I wonder if I fail the Sony fans will subscribe to it considering they said how bad that's another thing, like, the Sony fans will flip, right, on a dime. Sony can do no wrong for them, and they need to not do that. Like, they're gonna hurt Sony so bad by just agreeing or saying that making Sony believe that everything they do is just fine, when we all know that you you don't feel that way but you don't want to look bad on Twitter and So you're willing to make your gaming experience worse than it has to be or bad just because you don't want to speak out against a company that has no loyalty to you, right? The things they're doing aren't helping you. And again, don't excuse me, don't mistake who I am here and think that I'm a fan of this or that. I'm a fan of gaming. I have every PlayStation ever made. I have every Xbox ever made. And even more than that, you know, Hori can tell you when we started on Nintendo, the original Nintendo, and then even further back than that with Atari and everything. So um, it's not that I'm a fanboy of one or the other. I'm a fanboy of gaming, and I don't want to see either of these companies screw things up because they both each of them present me with something that the other doesn't as their overall strategy, right? PlayStation, no doubt, is really good at those single player story experiences. Xbox is great with the multiplayer experiences and where most of my my people play. So it's not about being a fanboy of this or that. It's you know I want the best out of gaming, and I have what I have and have gotten what I've gotten because I remember how much I wanted to play Crisis, right? And I couldn't play it because even though I had a PC, it couldn't run Crisis. And I told myself once I got into a situation where I can have what I want to be able to game, I want to be able to play anything that I want to ever be able to play. And so that's my focus, and that's why I'm not a fan of one or the other. Evil says just like Sony shutting down all the side panel sales, then releasing their own anything that makes them more money, they must be struggling. Uh, man, I don't know. I can't even say anything right now because I'm really out of the loop. But yeah, that's the kind of bad messaging that Sony is engaged in right now. Like you didn't have something out and you wanted to make sure people would only buy your stuff whenever you're ready to release it. That's kind of not cool. Like people would have bought your stuff anyways. Even if they bought those other things, they would have bought your stuff because yours would be the original, the authentic Sony um side panels or what have you. And but you had to make jerk moves, and that's really too bad. Um, Plank says nobody's PC can run Crisis 1,000 years from now, and still no one can play Crisis at top settings. Uh, that's funny, but yeah, that was a game that made me realize that I don't want to. It sucked because I just heard so much good about the game and how amazing it was, and I just remember not being able to play it and kicking myself over it. Like, there's a game out there that I can't play seriously. So yeah, I was that turned my life around as far as gaming goes, and not that I ever actually focused on any one system. Back in the day, I had Nintendo and Segas, and Commodores and Dreamcast and everything, but that game made me really understand that that fear of missing out or whatever. And I feel like, and the funny thing is, I can play it now. It's on the Xbox. My PC probably can't run it at top settings, but it can run it now, right? And sorry about that. But I can't bring myself to play it. That's kind of funny. I don't know why. I can't even explain why. So yeah, it's weird. But yeah, guys, we are almost 30 minutes into this, and Geek still hasn't shown up, so I'm not really sure what happened there. But I'm glad I got to get on and at least explain, what's been going on and why um the show hasn't been happening and it has nothing to do with Geek now. So let me just go all the way back and explain what happened from the beginning and just to make sure everything's clear and so that you guys understand that it's really mainly on it's completely on me. So first, Plank got really busy in his life. He's got a new job and everything, and so he had to step away from doing the show. Hopefully, at some point, he can get less busy without compromising his life. You know what I mean, and come back. But for now, that's that situation. Then at the same time, Geek uh, Geek had a family member pass away, and then at the same time, my father-in-law had a heart attack, and we were dealing with that. And while that was going on, I got sick, and I thought I had the flu, and it turns out that it's not the flu, and it's been going on for over a month. And some days, man, I'll tell you, I wake up, I feel great, and well, not great, but better, like I can function. And then like later on in the evening, it'll hit me really hard or something. Like I apologized earlier to Hori because yesterday we were supposed to get together and play, and I had just woken up and it was late. It was I want to say it was around 7 o'clock here. And I had just woken up and had dinner and I laid on the couch and the next thing I know, it was like 5 in the morning and I went up to bed and totally missed out on the plans that we have. So I don't quite have full control over it right now. So and like I said, that's on me, and that's why I put out the video, trying to explain what was going on before, and then this happened, and I just felt like that is the only place that I could be. People says it's a nasty thing to have, bro. That disease knocked me down for 3 months. Oh my goodness. 2 times he had it. It's 3 months. Oh my goodness. Fatigued. That is what is beating the crap out. Like the coughing and everything is really annoying and the struggling to breathe at times. But just the absolute fatigue that I feel and like I will stand up to go to use the restroom and feel like I'm not gonna make it. Like I'm walking down the hall and as you walk down the hall, the stairs are right there, and every time I lean up against the wall opposite of the stairs because I feel like if I don't, I'm gonna catch a dizzy spell and fall down the stairs and break my neck or something. So, yeah, but um, I'm trying to just get. See, you're the lucky one playing it for it to only have you for a week. Um, I'm trying to just force myself to be more active and hope that that helps. I don't know that it will, but what else can I do? Um, but yeah, so my plan, like I said, evil is to do the live stream. It might be a little bit easier. Like wearing the mask is kind of hard. But like I said, when I cough, sometimes it hits me before I can catch it, and it'd be really nasty for you guys to see something come out of my lungs and hit the camera like plow. That's just nasty. But Evil says he was close to calling the hospital because he could not walk to the bog without feeling like he was gonna collapse and not able to breathe. He says he still doesn't feel like he's 100% yet. That's that's insane, man. I actually have an appointment tomorrow. Um, so hopefully they'll say we feel you're on the mend. Um, but yeah, my plan is to, like I said, do the commentate the race. Since I'm not on camera, I won't need to wear the mask, and hopefully it'll be easier. I may just have to, be on the mute button or what have you. And yeah, so sorry guys, I'm not sure what happened to Geek. Hopefully he's okay. Um, and I apologize for the times where I coughed and covered my mouth and pushed the mic into the mask and didn't realize it and kept hearing the scratching sound in the headset from the modern monitoring. And I'm like, what is that? And then it hit me. Oh, it's the mic. So hopefully it'll be better next week. Um, if I can at least get the coughing under control, that'll be something, or at least to the point where I'm not having stuff come up out of my lungs or what have you. But yeah, that's all I have. Surprised we did 30 minutes. I appreciate you guys talking with me and hanging out. And yeah, looking to get back into the flow. Hopefully, Geek will be here next week. Um, and we'll see what's up. But yeah, until next time, this has been Falchion. You guys know me. I'm Ghost. Two fingers is peace. Later.